Oh, my God.
Who is hitting whatever that is?
The dog.
The dog. Prada's in the house.
Are we going to do it again?
No, we're going to keep going here.
It's like having Godzilla
Hello.
come through Tokyo.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talk About with Biff, Lucky, and Mr. Fun, the podcast where we will talk about everything. We will talk about anything. Quite frankly, we're going to talk about it all. And Lucky's forever dog is here.
She decided to be part of the podcast.
We like to have Prada.
Prada is doing a great job. We are still officially fosters. We didn't officially adopt her yet. So anybody who's
At what point does it stop, though? Like, she's like a squatter. You're never getting rid of Prada.
Yeah.
Prada has become a never. I saw Prada was on the card. It's like on the Valentine's card. Mm-hmm. Prada's already there.
You know that I had a dog that was crazy.
Scooter.
Yeah, and I raised that dog. I adopted that dog, and the entire time I was like, I had the choice of 1,000,000 dogs, and why did I take the psychopath from the pound?
What did Scooter eat? Was it a sock?
So we were. I was walking the dog. This is a funny story. Good segue. I was walking the dog, and you gave away the punchline. Anyway, forget you heard it. Walking the dog, and he squats over, and he's pooping. And he's pooping, and he's pooping, and he's pooping, and I see the little poop coming out, and then it gets bigger and bigger, and I'm like, oh shit, it's a tapeworm. It's got to be a tapeworm. So it finally hits the ground, and I reach up and I snap, because I got the leash in one hand. I snap a branch off a tree, and I stab it, and then I pull the poor dog off of it. It's whimpering. So then I scoop the thing on the end of I scoop the poop on the end. It's almost 2 feet long. I scoop it on the thing. I walk the dog with one hand. I'm carrying the stick as far away from me as I can. I'm gagging as I'm walking down the street. Cars are driving by. I get to the hose. I turn it on. It's got a blue stripe. He ate a tube sock.
So
I was sure it was a tapeworm, and I needed to take it to the vet for testing.
So
That's why I was taking.
So we have a mutual friend who has what are affectionately known as shit stories.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And John W.
Right.
Currently, John Y. Excuse me, of West Palm Beach, Florida, has shit stories, and one of them he shares is he was taking a poop in a public restroom. Right. And so Prada's listening in. That's okay. Taking a poop in the public restroom, and he thinks he is pooping out his intestines.
Yes.
At one point.
He called us.
He called us to share the story that he thinks he's pooping out his intestines.
Yes.
And we're like, what? And he goes, yeah, I'm there, I'm wiping, and there's this white
hanging out my ass.
thing hanging out my ass. And we're like, what are you talking about? He goes, I think my intestines are coming out, until I realized I had eaten bologna and eaten the plastic wrapper around the entire bologna, and he was pooping it out at this point. You're like, you're such an idiot.
Is that worse than my duck story where I had diarrhea all weekend?
Yeah.
Yes. Scouts?
Yes.
Wait, it was 3 ducks, right?
3 ducks. They just stared me down. That's why I don't like ducks now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like Mr. Fun Day, there was a joke last week, right? About the ducks.
Yes.
Right? The guy that duct tape. So good. So anyways, Lucky, we're here again. First, what are we drinking before we start this?
Well, of course we're drinking
fantabulous.
Scotty's. I mean, we're big Scotty's and sodas fans. So we're drinking a Scotty's Black Cherry seltzer mix here with some from Polar. Premium seltzer, black cherry. We got some lemons and lime.
And you got some Celsius. Again, we're Scotty goes with everything. Mr. Fun's got some sort of pink drink over there. I don't even know what that is. It's some sort of Pellegrino.
The consistency among all the drinks is everybody's drinking Scotty's.
We are drinking Scotty's. I did see on Instagram the Scotty's red, white, the green, yellow, red thing. Big turnout at Cornerstone.
I think so. I haven't talked to him since.
There were guys in yellow. And,
no. You got your choice of a Scotty shirt, red, yellow, green. Red was I have a boyfriend or girlfriend. Yellow is I'm interested, and green was
no. But I'm saying there was a photo of a guy wearing a yellow shirt in there. There were girls in green and red and all that stuff. So it seemed like quite the turnout.
Yep, exactly.
He's doing the dating game.
Yeah, I guess
in College Park.
He said, "I'm going to make it easy for these people," which would make it so easy if you went to a bar with a certain color code. And everybody knew you were.
I will say,
mingle.
Now that I moved to Delaware, people ask, we have connections to a lot of various things to talk about Scotty's. It's a pride of all of ours to talk about what he has done, that business he has grown.
Do they ask about Mr. Fun?
So anyway, Scotty's.
You know who they do talk about?
What?
They talk about David R., our guest.
David R. is our guest.
And I mean, does anybody know anyone in the commodities business, like gold and silver, diamonds,
precious metals? I believe that
metals,
it is. So, but before we get to that, Mr. Fun, do we have any sort of joke to get
this
to?
Was tough, but I'm dating a girl who is. She's a metal grinder.
That'll be a surprise to Mrs. Fun.
Yes.
She's a metal grinder?
She's a metal grinder. I visited her work. I don't know if I love her, but sparks are flying. Sparks are flying.
What does a metal grinder
I don't
do?
know. They grind metal. They grind metal.
Isn't that a gay pickup site? Isn't Grinder? Right? They must listen to metal music or something like that.
Metal grinders.
So who knows?
Yes.
Well, good. So, anyways, back to you, Lucky.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about gold, silver, precious metals today. We have our guest David Reyes of Reyes Jewelry Exchange of Old Town Ellicott City is going to be our guest.
Thank you very much.
Very topical. If anybody's following the news, business news, gold is almost at an all-time high.
It's crazy high.
Yeah. And so we decided to have David on and learn a little bit about the day-to-day of basically precious metal trading. I mean, you do it every single day, ins and outs of it. Some people would say, like, is it almost like pawning? So we definitely want to get into how you're buying and selling it. Definitely want to understand that. But David, you've been in business for 20 years down in, like I said, Old Town Ellicott City. ReyesJewelry.com, DavidBuysGold.com.
Dave buys.
Oh, I'm sorry,
gold.
DaveBuysGold.com. And but a family-owned business, impeccable 20-year track record of reputation of like being trustworthy with people who are bringing in items to be sold. And so we want to hear a lot about that today.
I'm America's most beloved gold dealer.
Nice.
America. That's good.
Can I ask a question?
Well, that's the point of interviewing somebody.
Good. Exactly. But and this is either very naive, it's going to seem very naive, very stupid, or incredibly intelligent, this question. So I don't really get it. Like, I've thought about this. I'm a little bit of a history buff. There have been wars fought. There's been lands invaded to get gold, throughout world history. Why is gold the thing that everybody wants? Is it because it's so rare? Are there rarer minerals? Is it because it's going to run out someday? What is it? Because it's the hardest metal in the world. Why is gold the most precious metal?
Well, it's definitely scarce. There's a finite amount of it in the earth. It's very, very easy to identify. So silver, on the other hand, is harder to identify. There's a lot of stuff that looks like silver. The test for gold is very easy, very, very accurate. So you could bring me anything that you suspect is gold, and I could tell you very accurately the percentage of gold with like a simple chemical test.
So besides gold bars, is gold used in the manufacturing of anything?
Gold's used in a lot of stuff. It's
very conductive, right?
Like the best conductor. It's
so in electronics,
resist corrosion.
Like what kind of things are gold a part of?
Definitely in electronics.
All right, so like gold, they say is at like an all-time high. So I was looking at it, it's $2,896.98 an ounce. Okay, so talk about like what drives the price of gold? Like what makes it go up and down?
I think maybe the economy is not so good, and it's just a safe place to put money. It's definitely the currency of war. I think there's a lot going on in the world. If you're Putin trying to hire a hoopty rebel, you're not going to pay him in rubles. You're going to pay him in gold.
So are there countries that they peg their livelihoods to the gold standard? I guess that's what it is, right? They have reserves of gold, which allows them to protect their...
Everybody's definitely got reserves of gold. I remember there was a moment in maybe 2012 where Cyprus, one of those little countries, defaulted on all their deposits, and it was a popular banking location for Russian oligarchs. And Putin demanded that they paid all their defaulted deposits in gold.
So I saw this. I saw that going back to the finite resource. I saw over the history of time, 244,000 cubic meters of gold have been mined. That's the number. And in the U.S. controls 8,000 cubic meters of gold. So U.S. has it, Fort Knox or wherever else they keep it. So there is a reserve currency, which is gold, and for the U.S. at this point, besides obviously the dollar.
Yeah, gold is gold
Gold is
everywhere
gold.
on Earth.
I think a lot of countries stake their economies to the U.S. dollar,
Right.
With all the turmoil and with our new administration, I think what I read was a lot of countries are buying up gold to have more in reserve, and that's what's driving up the price.
Right.
But the price has tripled since 2018, which is crazy.
So people that are coming to you to sell their gold, you must categorize them. Some of them are selling estate jewelry, and some of them are selling personal items. What percentage of that is coming from estates versus they've got something that they just want to cash in on?
It's all personal items, I guess. Even if it's estate, it belongs to you now. Once your mom dies, and
Right.
you got all her stuff. But it's I think most of it comes from the 70s and 80s.
Okay.
When gold was really popular. So I see a lot of gold that is probably just from that era. The Mr. T days, the Miami Vice days. Well, in 1983, you weren't shit if you didn't have a gold herringbone on, probably.
Right.
All right. So you, process-wise, so somebody comes in with a gold chain, using the Mr. T analogy. What do? You put a price on it, and then what do you do?
So I buy low, sell high is basically the gist of it. So I put it on the scale. I buy it at a small discount. So I pay pretty close to
What
I pay the
retail
most
market?
I can. Well, retail markup is a lot. So it's like a sweater that costs $200. I'm buying yarn. I'm not buying sweaters.
Got it.
Can I get a appraisal on gold jewelry without the intent to sell it?
Oh, yeah. Lots of people keep their stuff. They just want to come in. And so the way it usually happens is somebody will come in with just one or two things that they could care less about just to see what's happening.
Right.
And they'll be pleasantly surprised at the price. And then they'll come back with a bunch more.
So are you certified for insurance companies, for insurance reasons? Then, so somebody comes in, to Mr. Fun's point, says, I want to know the value of this. Now, do you give them something in writing, or yours is a conversation?
Well, the price changes, so putting it in writing doesn't mean that's what I'm going to give you when you come back.
Right.
Okay.
Because the price goes up
Right.
a lot, and it goes down a lot, too. I mean,
So are you going back to the hypothetical gold chain? You've given that person a price for the gold chain. You've done whatever with it. Are you selling it retail, or are you wholesaling it to somebody else?
No, I wholesale it.
You wholesale. Who buys your stuff?
Other guys in the gold jewelry business. So
And what are they buying it for? To what? Melt it down?
probably to melt and to make new. I mean, it's gold, so it's gold everywhere on Earth. It has a definite commodity price.
Yep.
And I pay, based off the commodity price, and I sell it. So there's two ways of selling it, right? I could wholesale it as a commodity and sell it very fast, or I could put it on display and mark it up 3 times and maybe never sell it, right? Because it's fashion.
Now, have you ever held on to something thinking that you think the market's going to go up? Like
No.
you get rid of it. How quickly do you keep something in your possession once you buy it?
So I have a license with the state of Maryland. I'm a licensed gold dealer, and the law requires that I report what I buy and then I hold it for 18 days. So I do not hold.
You report the
I don't
seller?
I take the person's information and I report what I bought. Yeah. So
Okay.
And that's to prevent fencing, right? Like people stealing and
honestly, I think it's more to prevent me from being in the money laundering business. 'Cause
Oh.
I could easily just make up that if I'm just doing paper jobs, I could say that I bought 50 grand this week and sold 100 grand and just start depositing money.
Yep.
But I get everybody's, ID and I report who it is and what they sold. And the police do come and check on me. So I'm fully legit, and I've been investigated and inspected.
The police are checking to see if that was stolen at some point, possibly.
Or that he's following the procedures.
That I'm
of the
following
state.
the rules, yeah. I think because of my location and how I do it, I'm not attractive to criminals.
Right.
I think a criminal would be more comfortable in a pawn shop, which I am not.
Right.
So pawn is a type of loan transaction, like a collateral loan, and the pawn shop usually gives 1/10 of its value as a loan, and I pay its full value, its full melt value.
Wait, I'm sorry. Explain that to me. I thought a pawn shop was I have something, I just sell it to the pawn shop. So can I tell a story and maybe you can comment on this? So I had a friend
who had a lump of gold. He was from Sierra Leone, and I don't know the history of how he got this giant nugget. And he didn't want to sell it, but he needed money. So he pawned it, and as I understand, he got certainly less than it was worth, but he had a certain amount of time to try to buy it back. Is that the
Yeah, so
and
it's a collateral
he
loan.
would have lost it if he didn't buy it back before that time. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's like you got a gold watch. Its melt value is $1,000. I give you a loan. I don't do this. I'm not a pawn shop, but
Right.
you would go to a pawn shop and you would get a loan not for the $1,000 melt value, but for $100. And they would say, you come back every week and you pay us,
$5.
payment plus interest. Yeah, and the interest rate is usually crazy high. And what they want you to do is come get your stuff back, and they make a lot of money on interest, or you default on it, you never pay, you never come back, and they bought it super cheap.
So the pawn shops, when they are selling things, those are things that people weren't able to
Yeah,
come back
claim.
to,
They didn't pay and they didn't claim.
which is probably a lot of the transactions, right? They just want quick money, which goes back to the thievery thing, right? They were just probably in some cases
I
probably
cater
stealing stuff.
to maybe the old lady who would never set foot in a pawn shop. I think about what my mom would have done. My mom would have never gone to a pawn shop and stood next to a crackhead selling a chainsaw and sold her precious, things.
Right.
Okay, so gold, and you deal in other things too. I have some questions about diamonds too, but so gold. So walk us through the difference between 24 karat golds, 18 karat gold. Like what?
So carat is a fraction, and 24 karat. So if you think of the word carat as the denominator, the bottom number in a fraction, it's 24. So 24K, think of the K as the bottom 24. So 24 karat is pure gold. 24 over 24, 100%. 18 karat is 18 over 24.
Yeah.
So that's 3 quarters, 75%. 18 out of 24 is 75%. So 14 karat is 14 over 24.
Got it.
58.5%.
Okay, and so somebody brings in an item to you. How do you know if it's 24?
So I test it. I do the acid test. There's an expression, they didn't pass the acid test.
Yeah.
So I do the acid test is testing gold.
Yeah.
So I take a piece of gold, I rub it on a little glass block that I have, like a rough piece of glass, like frosted glass in a bathroom or something.
Yep.
And it leaves a smudge because the gold is softer than the glass. And I got different types of acid that different purities of gold will resist. So I drop some acid on the smudge that the gold left behind on the glass, and I want it to resist. And depending on how much it resists that acid, I can tell how pure it is.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, gold Rolex is sort of one of those things that's almost a stereotypical sort of watch, right? Mm-hmm. What is Rolex making their gold with? Is it 14 karat or 18 karat? What are they using?
All the new stuff is 18 karat. They used to make 14 karat back in the day, but it's all 18 karat.
But not 24 because it's too pure.
No,
It's like too expensive.
Well, it would stretch and bend too much. So if you have a two-tone Rolex, like the steel with the gold links in the middle, they stretch out pretty easily because the gold is soft. And the steel Rolexes a lot of times are worth more because they don't stretch out over time.
Huh.
Interesting.
My mom used to make a soup called gold soup, and she'd put in 24 carats.
Jeez.
Guarantee he made that one up right away.
He did make that up. He was.
Those
I
are
saw
the
the
good ones.
I saw
Those
the the wheel turning as he was sitting
You
there.
know me and my metal jokes.
Saw his lips moving as he.
Yeah.
All right, so you also deal in diamonds too. Is that the second most common thing that people are bringing into your shop?
Yeah,
or-
so a lot of the gold has diamonds in it.
Yeah.
And so diamonds aren't what they used to be. When I first moved into Ellicott City in 2010, the diamonds were worth a lot. And this was before lab diamonds. So lab diamonds are just the past couple years.
Yeah.
And a lot of my profit was off of the diamonds, especially the little tiny accent diamonds.
Yep.
And now they're just not, because they're growing them in labs, and they're on the street level. It's almost impossible to differentiate between a good lab created diamond and a natural diamond.
And it's like ridiculously, inexpensive to manufacture a lab.
Right. So they're worth zero.
Yeah, but they sell them for what? The equivalent of
They're all markup.
Yeah, but do they
markup.
do they when they sell a lab diamond in retail versus a mined diamond?
Yeah.
Are they different in price?
Oh yeah, big time.
okay.
Yeah, maybe like a tenth or a quarter.
But for advice for somebody buying a diamond, they should have what's the gemological?
GIA, the Gemological Institute. It has to be certified.
It has to be GIA certified. Don't screw around.
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay. But there's a lot of retail jewelry stores, Zales, K, whatever they are. There's nothing necessarily suggesting they wouldn't be selling a manufactured diamond.
Yeah, they've been pushing lab diamonds hard the past couple of years because they're all profit.
They're all profit. Okay, well that's good advice.
So we talked a little bit about what what influences gold prices. What about diamond prices? You and I have had conversations about like there's a few people in the world that control the price.
Diamond
of legit
prices are way down. So diamonds are most of every aspect of diamonds is sort of controlled by a company called De Beers, a cartel, sort of like OPEC controls oil. Diamonds are so expensive to pull out of the ground, to mine, to do geological surveys, to like interact with governments, that the only person who can really finance a diamond mine is De Beers. And they, like an oil company, if you found oil in your backyard, Chevron would probably lease the land from you and they would own everything they pull out of the ground. They just
give you the money.
De Beers very famously is a marketing. They diamonds are forever. I think was their term. So that was in the 70s. I think maybe 60s, and that's when diamonds really took off.
Well, that's when they started getting involved in the retail part of it because it's such a cartel and so controlled. If you're in the diamond business and De Beers invites you to a site where they sell the rough diamonds, you have to go and you have to buy, or they do not invite you back.
Would you share what your biggest transaction is from buying gold? Like what was the biggest outlay you've ever put out there?
So I got one where I bought a whole bunch of gold coins from an old man who was about to move into a nursing home, and it was probably $75,000.
$75,000. Okay.
In gold coins. And I had another one that was an Indian guy, and he sold me a 18-karat belt that was part of his wedding outfit, and that was maybe $40,000.
And you have to hold that using that $75,000. You have to hold that for 18 days.
The coins are different. So coins are a currency product, and they're not really regulated. Maryland doesn't regulate the currency part.
So you could sell that immediately.
Yeah.
You wholesaled it immediately.
I'm fascinated by the Indian wrestler who had the gold belt.
Yeah.
Who got married.
It was 18-karat gold, and it was worth a lot of money.
Wow. What do you call two diamonds in a relationship? They're carbon dating.
Carbon dating.
Isn't that something? Isn't that something?
Yeah. All right. So, one of the other fascinating things about you and your business is that you're in downtown Ellicott City, and if for anybody who follows Ellicott City, Maryland, they have had these massive floods.
Yeah, I've been shut down a couple times.
Yeah, talk to a little bit about you have your shop down there.
So 2016, we had the first. We had one in 2011, I think, a small one that shut us down for a couple days. And then we had the big one in 2016 that shut the town down for 3 months.
How much water came into your location?
It came up, so I have a stoop in front of my shop, and it's 4 steps up, so I'm 4 feet up off the sidewalk. So the water came to the bottom of my door, and the buildings on my side of the street are built into the granite hillside. So when it rains crazy, the rock that we're built upon weeps, so the back wall will sort of weep water when it's flood type rain.
Wow.
And the other side of the street is built over a river. So the problem was that the river rose up, filled up underneath their floor, blew through the floor, filled their whole first floor up, and then the front wall blew out, and then you had a rush of water blow out and blow the buildings across the street out.
Yeah.
Too.
Wow.
Now, how did you get into the business? Not everybody goes into the jewelry or the gold business.
Yeah,
at that point. How did you get in?
I have an older brother. My parents had 6 kids. My same 2 parents had 6 kids, so we're spread out a little bit. My oldest brother, Brian, is 17 years older than me, and he's been involved in the gold business since he was in college. He went to Vanderbilt, and he started out at a jewelry store. And so jewelry stores are kind of like car dealerships where they don't necessarily own all their inventory.
They play floor plan or an interest on it.
So they get it on paper. They get paperwork and terms, and whatever the term is, 30, 60, 90 days, they either got to pay interest on it, pay it off, or send it back. And I used to spend summers with Brian, and what he would do, and I'd tag along and be a part of it, is he would take the jewelry store's inventory before they had to send it back or pay for it, and he would sell it at the flea markets in Tennessee. This was in Nashville area. And the flea markets back then were like shopping malls. They had, appliance stores and wedding boutiques and several jewelry stores. So he ended up being one of the main suppliers to the small independent jewelry stores, selling them chains and rings. And
And so, wait a minute. Okay, so how did you end up in Ellicott City with your store?
So I was working for my dad, and then my dad died. We were in a construction business, and my brother Brian was like, why don't you just come to Tennessee? And the gold had, at that point, that was right after the housing crash. So gold had gone from $400 an ounce to $1,000 an ounce. And he was like, all these jewelry stores are going out of business, and they're selling all their gold back, and they're buying gold. In Tennessee, cash for gold was everywhere. And he said, why don't you just hang out and go along with me and learn the formula? And I did, and I came back. And when I came back, I wanted to do it like he was doing it. So he was going around to all the cash for gold, all the jewelry stores, and buying all the scrap that they were buying. And when I came down here, it turned out nobody was doing that. Like the jewelry stores were kind of not wanting to get involved in that part of it.
So we talked on the last episode, we indicated that you're a single man.
I am indeed.
Now, how do you bring up what you do for a living, and how does that go over with the not so spinsters out there?
I usually don't bring it up because
really,
it kind of sounds made up, like I'm a gold dealer.
Really,
right.
I think it's impressive.
Yeah,
he tells his friends what he does. I think
do.
It's like
because I'm telling the truth and you guys believe me. But I think if I'm
a platinum baby,
platinum blonde, apparently.
Yeah, David has some issues. He's a little bit kinky. He likes to have sex in a metal box with a lock on the door. It's called safe sex. Like safe sex.
So, but seriously, you don't like to. At what point is it the third date you say what you do, or how mysterious are you about what you do?
I think when I meet somebody in person, I'll say what I do. Yeah, but
you don't wear a lot. Don't wear a lot of gold.
I've been in hibernation so I got a kid who's in college now.
Yeah,
and until he left for college, I was kind of just focusing on my kid.
But Mr. Fun's point's a good one though. You have zero jewelry on you. Is that because what?
So I am in the cash business, and what I really care about is making money.
Right.
Okay.
I don't want to own any of this gold. I'm not into the fashion part of it. I'm into the making money part of it.
So, but okay, do you invest in gold? You make money. Do you have it as one of your investments?
So I invest in myself, in my business, and that's really all I got going on is...
So buying more gold. Because
it's a cash-intensive business.
More gold you buy with the cash you have, the more money you make.
So if you come in with a life-changing amount of gold, and I spend all my cash on your gold...
Right.
I need to sell it and get the cash back.
But do you have investments? Presumably you have investments. It's all sitting in cash. Do you just invest in the markets like everybody else?
How do you know?
Okay. Really. I'm just confused. But
I think my money grows faster in my business than it does. Why would I invest in somebody else's business when my business makes money?
You don't own stocks. You don't own mutual funds. You don't own crypto.
No.
Wow.
Wait, so give some
not crypto.
to the average listener here. They love, because we're so well informed about investment advice and stuff like that. Give us some advice. Should we be out buying gold right now?
Probably not.
Selling gold.
It's the highest point in history. It'd be like buying a house in 2004 when everybody's paying too much.
Should we be selling all our gold?
It's at the highest price,
so.
right?
Yeah.
You think selling gold. But gold historically has, even though there's blips, it's gone up. The value of gold goes up over time.
So gold is really only valuable if you sell it. If it sits in your sock drawer and you never do anything with it, it's worth zero.
But you see commercials on TV where they're telling you to buy gold, right, or to buy silver, or buy some sort of precious metal, which is effectively an investment at the end of the day. So you're suggesting that that not to buy gold and hold it. It's to sell gold
I wouldn't
and
buy it
cash
off
it in.
an infomercial because
No, I understand that, but there's commercials. I mean, it's just like any other investment product.
Yeah, but they're selling retail gold, highly marked up, usually coins.
Apart from gold, if I have silver jewelry, if I have a diamond ring that I don't wear, time to sell?
Yeah, I buy it all. I buy the silver.
But time for me to sell.
Why would if it's a fashion item, and if its fashion moment is over, what are you keeping it for?
Yeah, I think a lot of people
I'd
think
rather
that
have the
that's an
money.
investment that over time is going to continue to go up.
It could also go down. I think if the world cools off and it's all peace and economic boom, gold's going to go back down.
So many of us have families that have silver in particular, right? Silver tea setting, silver whatever that's been there forever. One is it's silver in most cases.
I think if you have a place that you can sell it for a good price and you trust, you should sell it.
You should sell it.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about the difference between investments and things we cherish. Like
Right.
a lot of times people don't equate the two.
Yeah,
right.
Like you should keep your grandmother's ring that you
Right,
makes
right.
you misty eyed when you look at it. You should keep that. But the herringbone that she took off Mr. T when she slept with him, you should sell that.
Hey, let me ask you this. So that's funny. So wait, I have this idea that I should get something appraised from somebody I trust and then try to sell it somewhere else because I understand that the person who buys it from me wants to make money.
So
Is there a formula for that?
I've done well because there's nobody else doing this. I mean, your other choice is the pawn shop,
Right.
Which is a completely different environment. My mom would never go in a pawn shop. And the other choice is a jewelry store, and the jewelry store is like going to a car dealership, and they really want you to buy something new.
So if somebody wants to go to you, can you'll take anyone from any place in the U.S. or do you have to be in Maryland? How does it work?
No, anybody can. You got to walk in. I don't do it over the phone or through the mail. You got to show up, and you got to sign a piece of paper that says it's your property, and you're gonna.
Now, do you report to the government if you pay over $10,000? You have to tell that's a car dealer. Going back to your car dealer point,
Well,
you can't.
I would probably give you a check if it was that large.
Okay,
And the check is its own.
but do you have to report that to?
I report everything that I buy.
So everything. So regardless of the dollar amount.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good to
if
know.
you sell me a baby bracelet for $30, I got to report that I bought it.
Okay.
So what do we do? What's your advice for the box of jewelry that I got? My dad was he's Italian. He had all this.
I think
he
you
had the
should sell
ring
it.
and
the price is crazy.
What
high
do I
right
do
now.
with? Where do I bring it? I bring it to you.
Yeah.
And say,
Bring it to Reyes jewelry.
Yeah.
Maybe bring one or two pieces that you don't care that much about. The ugliest, most broken thing you got.
Right.
And just see what's going on. And if you like it, you bring everything else back.
All right. Well, another question. Okay, you're a 25-year-old guy. You're thinking about getting engaged. What kind of advice do you give that person about the diamond purchase, the ring that they're going to put on the finger?
Well, you got to buy a natural GIA certified diamond because the market is flooded with lab created diamond.
But why not buy the lab created diamond
So if you're into art,
It's like that's like costume
do you
jewelry
want
at the end of the
do
day.
you want a real Picasso or do you want a reproduction?
But is it that they're essentially the same mineral?
I know,
right?
but at some point you're going to be embarrassed to say that yours is fake. Like if all the paintings in your house are fake,
But nobody
you're
can tell
probably
the
not-
difference, right?
but you'll know.
Yeah. Okay, but
I look at it like art. If all the art in your house is fake, you're going to know.
An engagement
and when
ring
you
is
come
like an engagement ring is like love. You don't fake it, Luck.
Yeah,
chemically they're the same thing, right? Same
they're
exact
both
thing.
carbon crystals.
Yeah.
But that's like
One is-
that's like cultured pearls versus real pearls,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, or organic broccoli versus lab grown broccoli.
Yeah.
So how many people come into your store diluted with the value of their things? Meaning that one, they think it's worth more, or two, it's not even gold, or it's not.
Everybody probably remembers what they paid for it.
No. But my point is that some people think they have gold, and the reality is you got to break it to them. They don't have it, or they've got some lower quality. How often does that happen?
Pretty often.
It does.
I mean, everybody. I think if you bring in a whole, chest full of jewelry that you've collected your whole life, probably a good portion of it's going to
And how quick, and going back to Mr. Fun's point, if his dad brought in all the jewelry, it's a lot. Say there's, 50 pieces. You can quickly do that, determine the value.
Oh yeah, I test everything.
But that's
I
like
know
a few.
right away.
That's a few seconds per piece. You just look at it,
Yeah.
swipe. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I know as soon as I look at it and touch it. I mean, if I was buying Wheaties, I'd be able to spot a cornflake across the room, right?
Your touch is that sensitive. You can just touch a piece of gold.
It's called the golden touch.
It's the gold standard, apparently.
Gold is an excellent conductor, so it should go to room temperature instantly. And when you touch it, it should feel warm. And if it feels ice cold, it's probably cold hard.
Is that your dating advice too? In the same same comment.
If you're ice cold when I touch you, then
if the hoe is ice cold when I touch her,
then it's a no.
Hoe's a no. All right. So again, thank you, David. I mean, awesome that I'm super fascinated by your business. I think a lot of people that know you love to ask these kind of questions. So hopefully our listeners,
that's great.
Yeah, we'll got a little bit out of this. And so if anybody's interested, again, David Reyes Jewelry Exchange down on the Main Street, Old Town, Ellicott City.
Historic Ellicott City.
Yeah, go and see.
Wait, let me spell it. REYES jewelry.com.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or Dave Buys Gold.
DaveBuysGold.com or just Google a place to sell gold. And that should pop up.
Excellent.
Yeah, come and see David and get some advice, guidance. And if you need to move some metal, it's at an all-time high.
It's crazy high.
So, yeah, so make some money. And what about diamonds? Are they at an all-time high?
Diamonds are...
They've
been busted down by the proliferation of lab-created diamonds.
So if you're trying to move some gold, it's a good time to do it.
You know what you call a dog with no legs and metal balls? Sparky.
No legs and metal balls.
You brought that for a walk
because
Gold Spark.
Sparky. Yeah, that's as good as that's your risque joke.
No.
Oh, do you have a risque joke, Mr. Fun?
It may be less risky than that. What does pornography and heavy metal have in common? There was a lot more hair in the 70s.
Jeez.
It's a different kind of metal.
Yes. Heavy metal. That's good. So, Dave, thank you for joining us. Another great episode. Thank you all. How do they get a hold of us, Lucky?
Talk about 2023 at gmail.com. Hit us up with some ideas. If you like the show, hit us up.
Terrific. Good. Well, again, Dave, thank you. And until we do it again next week, let me just say goodbye.
David, did anybody ever, I see these things on online, so gold-plated dildos. Does anybody bring those in to try to sell them?
I've not seen that.
I see them online all the time. I'm thinking they might be.
What's the craziest thing that somebody's brought into you?
I think gold teeth are always interesting.
Really?
Like how many teeth?
Like the fronts that rappers wear.
Oh, got it. Oh, the grill.
The grill?
The grill, yeah.
The grill. Is there a tooth attached to it?
I buy legit dental gold is usually very high quality gold.
Speaking of which, did you say that we went, Geronimo, the basketball player at Maryland, got his tooth knocked out in the game the other night, right?
And they
Shoved it back in.
Because it had the root. Did you know that?
I had no idea about
like
that.
an implant. They reimplanted it.
Right. Did you know that you could do that? You could knock a tooth out. And
I'm sure they did it surgically.
No, I understand that. But the fact that I thought once the tooth came out, it was done.
Yeah.
But it had the root.
Well, a lot of times they're broken off.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And I mean, his must have come out roots and all.
Yeah,
and they just sewed it all back in.
Came out intact.
It wasn't gold plated, apparently. That one. So.
Would you gold grill? You ever think about banging one of those out? Just like
for myself?
No. When you're going out on a hot date?
No.
Some hose?
I know. Hey, I just got this in. Let me stick it in my mouth. Is that what
I'd prefer a lady that doesn't appreciate a gold grill.
Biff would look good with a gold grill, wouldn't he? His pink pants and a gold grill?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Maybe. What's to say I didn't?
I'd look good one with him, too. I think.
Right.
So, by the way, this is the outro.
This is the outro.
So we should be, Dave, what should we be doing in the outro at this point? Do you remember from the last episode?
Oh. Thanks to all the listeners.
Right, and what should they do next week? What should they do next
Definitely
week?
Tune in. We got a great lineup for you next week.
Exactly.
You know, I heard that there's a giant metal windmill watching us. He's a big fan.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, shit. All right, on that one, Lucky, you get the last word here.
Thanks for listening, and until the next time, goodbye.
You said bye-bye last time.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye, goodbye. Bye-bye.
Couple of friends come floating by my dock. By morning my head's a gonna rock. Sleeping late, now I